Hello everyone, good morning. Okay, I hope today you guys are able to hear me properly. Can anybody confirm?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So guys, in the last session, we have discussed about JIRA, right? We have just started with our topic in the last session because of the network connectivity. Okay, I was not able to continue, but now today let's continue with the same. So what we have seen yesterday, very first we have created certain backlog, right? In the first day session, I have explained how to create a backlog, how to add epic, how to add stories for the epic. And then based on that, we have started our sprint. Okay. Whenever you start your sprint, you will be getting this active sprint window. Usually sprint process, the entire management related to the sprint, it is getting handled by the scrum master. Okay. But here as a tester, now you need to understand the whole process. So I'm explaining through only one user. So currently, once your sprint is ready, as a developer and tester, you guys need to apply certain task over there. So for every particular sprint or for every particular story, we are going to assigning certain tasks. And yesterday we have completed these tasks, right? We have assigned subtasks here. Like developer QA can understand story whenever they complete. Developer will simple put one story here, I mean particular task here that create a code. They will start writing their code on their own machine or somewhere inside a Jira. Similarly, as a tester, you can start writing your test cases either through Jira or you can prepare your test cases directly in the Excel sheet. Correct? So I will be showing you now the process how you can start writing your test cases through the Jira. Then guys, after test case writing, we are going to understand execution process and the bug reporting. Correct? So defect tracking template we are using because we need to track this entire defect starting from new to close. In the last session, we have discussed about the mantis. Similar life cycle you can observe inside a Jira too. And see, this is my second story where I have already defined certain tasks. So for now, what we can do, let's complete the second task also for this second story. Example, in this case also, developer and QA, they have started with their understanding point. If once they understood that particular story, they will complete that task. Then status will be done. Okay. Now at this moment, developer is also developing that particular, entire test case. And now, I mean development part. And now let me add tester also. So if I just define here, that test design process also start right by the tester. So here you are able to write that particular feature. Okay. So currently you can observe these features I have already added into this particular step. Again, develop code feature. I guess this is extra. Let's add it. Okay. Because already let me complete this also. Okay. So currently this is the step. We are going to complete our test case writing process for both the module. Here you can observe this is for inventory and this is for your login functionality. Okay. So now we need to understand this complete story. So let's start understanding how exactly developer and tester they can work together inside Agile. So guys, unnecessary, there are extra stories. I'm going to just complete those. Now you can see this is the main flow. Okay. So as a tester, as I mentioned, either you can prepare test cases using separate tool or somewhere, inside a Jira too. But whenever you want to complete that step, you need one plugin to be added. And yesterday we have seen that plugin too. Correct? See, you have to go to the apps and you need to search for that plugin. And if you remember, in the last class, already Zephyr Squad plugin I have added. So now I'm getting this plugin here. Can you see that? Zephyr Squad. If I click on this particular plugin, now you can see what the different options you are getting inside a Jira. So now it is simply giving me, let me allow or let me close this. Zephyr Squad is currently disabled for the project. Click here to enable. Okay, initially if it is disabled, you need to click guys. So I will just click here to enable. Once it is enabled, now you can check the entire process. Okay. Here what we can do, you can see there are three different, sections available. Test cases where you can create your test cases guys. Second is test cycle. With the help of test cycle, we can complete execution process. And then you can see here reports. With the help of report, you are able to generate certain reports too. So how we can add any test case and how we can simple complete that test case process. Let's understand. So if you just click on here, right, add a test case, then automatically you will able to see a basic template format. Just have a look. This is a test case template now we are getting from the JIRA guys. You have to write test case name, right? Objective, precondition, then you'll be simply defining this description, and then you can add certain label too. And then once you save this particular page, on the next page you will be able to add your test data, even test step, and the expected result. So let's start writing our test case. Example here, I'm adding a test case name. For now, I will be just adding, let's say TC underscore 01, or let me just give a name login. Okay, login 01. Objective is what? Let's say we are going to test the login functionality directly, suppose. Okay, for which application? Swag Lab. So I will be writing validate login functionality for, you know, Swag Lab application with valid credentials. Okay, done. What is a precondition? Precondition defines initial condition. So absolutely, the browser must be open, application homepage must be open. Correct now? So I will be adding here one by one. Very first, browser must be open. Second, home page of application must be open. And third, test data, right, must be available. Correct? This is how I have written my what? Particular, precondition. So guys, after that, let's do certain setup. So currently, what is the status? See, initially, when you prepare any test case, okay, first time, currently it is in the draft. Whenever it will complete finally, then you can change the status. So you can see there are different status you are able to observe. If I can show you, see draft, deprecated and approved. So currently I will be just taking here directly approve status. Okay. Priority. Suppose I want to define high priority. Component, there is no component. We haven't added any component. It's like a module, guys. Owner name, estimated time. If you really want to define a time that you can add here. Again, any folder, right? So currently there is nothing. Okay. We haven't created any folder, nothing. Then if you really want to add any label, you can add that. So let me write manual testing. Done. And let me save it. Once you save, now you can see at this moment, one test case, this login one is created. Correct? But now what we need to do? Whenever we open this test case, let me go back to the details, or let me go back to the test case directly. Here you can see my test case is ready. But if you click on it, we need to add what? We need to add here complete process. So if I can check that template, okay, which we are not able to see here. Yes, here. Under a script, you can add your step. So preconditions we have added, right? Everything we have added. Let's write now step. What is the first step? I will be writing enter valid username. Correct now? Now what your valid username it is, that data you can add here. So let me directly open our manual test cases, which we have directly prepared in the theory classes, right? We have already seen how to prepare test cases for Swag Lab application. Now let me open this. Okay, I think it's added directly here. Okay, done. So currently suppose this is the test data which I need to use. Okay, so let me use this data and I will be adding in my JIRA, right? So here, username is this. Let me add only data. Okay, standard user. and let me add it here. Done. So what I'm expecting, guys, it should be display. Very simple, right? Let's add a second step. How we can add a second step now? So here you will have this option, add a second step, right? So let me add. What is the second step? Enter valid password. Okay. Now let's take that password too. So I will copy this and I will add it here. Okay. This is what again a password. So I will be writing password should be display. Password should be display in encrypted format. Okay. Let me add. And let me add one more step. Yes, click on login button. So whenever user click on login button, there is no test data required. But here we are expecting that user should be able to log in and navigated to inventory page. Correct now? This is what we are expecting. It should navigate to inventory page. So guys, this is how we can add our complete test case, guys, right? So you need to first of all maintain all the details. Then you can add under test script all the step-by-step procedure. Then here in the execution, you can see currently there is no cycle written. Means you cannot directly proceed with the execution. You need to first of all, create a test cycle and then you can perform execution. So I'm not getting any option here. What is traceability? It's all about your requirement traceability matrix. Somewhere this particular traceability, I mean test case, you can attach to your any issue. See, currently there is no issue, right? But if you really want to add it, come back to here. And here we can add that particular issue, right? But suppose already we have created that issue, so we don't need to add it. Already we are linked in the same particular issue, right? So currently this test case we are writing under which module or under which particular design? It's all about our login functionality. So anything if you want to define here as a traceability that you can add, currently not required. Any attachment if you want, you can add it here. Any comment, history, these are the information. So currently I'm just getting this is a test case created by the user at this time. That's it. And now I can save my complete test case. So my one test case is completed and it is updated too. Let's go back. Suppose if you really want to add a one more test case, what is the step? Again, you can create here a new test case. Under that, okay, let me go back and let me create. Okay, it's a new one. Let's write test case. Suppose I'm taking now this time inventory. Everybody just focus, okay? Suppose I'm preparing here a test case, inventory test case. So let me write inventory and this is again test case number 2. Let me take that. What is the objective? Let's say validate. Here I will be validate login or after login validate menu. Okay, menu or we can say what we can test in the inventory. Very first we need to check that menu, right? Menu is open or properly with that particular option or not. So let's validate menu functionality. Okay, let me write here very simple test case. And for the precondition is I will say that yes, very first user must be login. Okay, user must be login. Done. And here I will be defining direct status. Let me define approve. Priority is again, it's a normal priority because it's not a main functionality, but let me take main. Why? Because logout also you are able to do with the same option. Okay. Now rest of the part I'm not going to fill up. Label, I will be selecting again same manual testing. So let me take a same label. Let me go back to test script and let me start writing here. So I will say click. Very simple step we need to record. Click on menu, right? When you click on the menu slide bar should be open. So let me write menu slide bar should be open with 4 options. Correct? Now there are 4 options available. So what are those options? So you can write here. I guess if I'm not wrong, there is a simple all items link, right? After all items, about us, About us, that link is available. So let me write about us. And then they have somewhere which we can say log out and reset app. Yes, reset app also. Reset app state. And even they have one more, that's the logout. So these features are available in that particular, menu, so that you can confirm from the Excel, and again you can prepare according to the same. Okay. So let me check for the menu which I have prepared for the inventory. And yes, here you can see that validate menu functionality, and these are the 4 steps: all item, about, logout, and reset app state. So same I have mentioned here. Okay, let me update about, right? These 4 options should be available. So that's it. My test case number 2 is also ready. I can save. So this is the process. Basically, if you really want to write test cases through the JIRA, you have to add this particular plugin, right? Zephyr Squad. And based on that, you can do what? You can complete your test case writing process. Is this point clear to all? How to prepare test cases? Now let me go back. If I again go back to the test case folder, let this open. Now see, I will come back to the Zephyr Squad again. And once you open, now you are able to see 2 test cases are available in that particular Zephyr Squad. But guys, this is a manual way, right? Now, what if I want to, like, let's say I have prepared test cases in the Excel and I want to read it here. Is there any other option available? So absolutely it is available. Here in the more option, you can go and you can just do import, guys. Okay. We can import from the file. Means if you have already ready with your test cases, those test cases also you can import directly inside a JIRA. So let's continue with this step. If I just go to import from the file, so do remember there are 5 different steps you need to follow. First of all, the source. You need to select that file. You can select Excel CSV file. See, that's mentioned here. Which file you can select? Directly you can select Excel CSV file. So guys, CSV file which I have already prepared, and in that file I have prepared test cases with respect to JIRA. So JIRA template is different, right? So as per the JIRA template, we need to select that particular test cases. So here, let me show you what JIRA template it is. Here you can see in the JIRA template, you are able to observe there is a title. Okay. So title is nothing but the actual test case name. Type of test case is there, test case, precondition, step to be followed, expected result, and the label. So these are the different, components, or we can say your JIRA template available. So I have already prepared few test cases inside a JIRA, inside the CSV file. And now these particular file, I will be simple importing through the JIRA. So here you can see I have already tested all item and the logout functionality. If you really want to add some more test cases, you can add that. But for now, these are the 3 test cases which I want to import. So let me save and let me close that file, because file we are going to directly add inside a JIRA. So I'll go to this particular option. See, it is asking me choose a file. Let me choose the file which is available on desktop. And now this is my file. I will be selecting it. So means if you really want to import all the test cases, you need to prepare test cases first of all inside that file. Correct? And then you can add it here. Now you can see it is asking me any root destination folder. So technically there is no folder. We haven't created any folder. So rest of the part you don't need to change. Even guys, start import at row. First row, from the starting from first row you want to start. So see, first row, it's all about our heading part, right? So I will say I will like to start with the second row where I have actually prepared my test cases, right? So this row contains the field name, or I will just write here one, because now it is asking this row contains a field name. Okay. Now let me go to next step. Let's see. It is asking you the second step, field mapping. Now this is a template inside a JIRA, right? So you need to map your fields. So as I mentioned already, title. So let me map my field. In my test case also, I'm having a complete title. So what title we have defined? Let me just define. So title, where you can just write, here you can see the different field content available. We can select from this. So currently I will be taking title is nothing but the test case name. So I will be selecting name. Type of test case, you can select here. Let's see, is there any option available for the type? See, there is a test script, step, and the data, then again step by step and expected result. So I will be selecting this type as a component, or we can say no priority. We cannot set here status or priority or any folder. For now, let me just define none. Okay, because there is no type we have available, right? Let me define test case description. Description is nothing but our objective, guys. So let me select this is the objective. For precondition, we have already available here that particular status, I mean particular field name, precondition. So I'm selecting the same. Now for test step and data, you can see here you are having test script step by step along with your particular data, right? So here you can see test script step by step test data. So for now, I'm just selecting step by step, right? Expected result we are already having. Let's select it from the JIRA. Okay, so I have selected label 2. Let me define here label. So basically, these are the CSV file fields. You need to just map your fields with your JIRA template. That's it. Whenever this mapping is completed, now we can proceed next. And see, it is asking automatically create unmapped labels too, right? So here, current value is manual, and I will just say, okay, fine. Target value is also what? Manual testing. And then I will do what? I will directly perform import. So let's see. I'm getting import successful 3 test cases have been imported. And let's close this particular process. And here you can see all the remaining test cases. Currently status is draft, right? Because we haven't added any status over there. So what I can do, either you can go to that test case. See, when you click, it is now open here. Here you can approve that. Because if test case is approved, then only you guys are able to continue with that step, right? Now you can see how it is importing. All the things are actually coming here, right? You can create a one more column for data, guys, so that we can map, right? Because here you can see my data is coming under this particular options. But that's okay because we have imported these things now. And this is how you can update too. If you really want to update any test case, you can simple update those test cases. So this is now, let me just quickly update only for, approvement status because it is not under draft. Now it is ready. Let me approve each and every test case. So consider these are the test case which we are going to perform. On this, we are going to perform execution. Correct now? Let me save. So currently you can see total 5 test cases available inside a JIRA. An ID you can see which is already created. So it's a by default. We are getting test case number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this way. Now I want to start with execution. So suppose test case design process is completed for both the module. But as a tester, you need to update that so that other participants also get to know that. Absolutely, we have to go back to the backlog again. Means in active sprint. In active sprint, current process is completed, right? Then you can update it by just drag and drop that particular status. See, I have updated. So other participant, they will get to know, okay, fine. That test design process is completed successfully here. Are you getting my point? Similarly, I have to update from the inventory also that I have completed this issue. Okay. Issue is getting completed, guys. Now what is the step? I just want to start the execution. But what is the precondition? You cannot directly start execution unless and until developer complete their work. So suppose still the developer is under development. In that case, we cannot continue with the execution process. But let's complete this process now. Okay. Consider developer also updated that. Okay, fine. I have completed the coding part too. And now if all the steps are completed, then we can start with execution and bug reporting step. Okay, everybody just 1 second. Huh? I'm having one call. 1 second. Okay. So let's complete the developer work and which is done, right? Now we are able to start with our execution. So let me just update a status. So guys, this process is very important, okay? In active sprint, the people, the complete team, those are working together, they need to understand the current status of the project. And once you update here, the other participant will get to know from their dashboard. Okay, fine. That means QA is under now execution process. Development is done. Understanding requirement, entire test case designing, everything is done. Are you getting my point? This is how the people will understand. So current status is what? We are in which phase? We are in execution and bug reporting phase. So now we have to come back to the plugin. That's our Zephyr squad process because currently my test case writing is done. But now I want to complete this execution process. And as I mentioned, you cannot directly start execution. You need to first start the cycle. See, test cycle. You are just going to click on that. And then we have to create a new cycle. So let me create a new test cycle. Under this new test cycle, you can write that particular name. So currently, suppose I'm just writing, this is my regression cycle. Okay, so currently let me write a description. Let me write, this is regression cycle for Swag Lab. Okay. Then you can define certain details. So currently there is no folder, right? Status is absolutely not executed. We have to execute it. So currently it is in the progress, I can say yes. Or once you complete it, you can just define here done. So currently I will say it is in the progress. Release version, iteration, right? These points I will be not mentioning anything here. So currently it is only one iteration is enough, right? So I will be not maintaining any iteration. At this moment, you can see I have just given a basic detail for that particular cycle. Now here, let's go to test case. Currently, there is no test case, right? So test cycle is for test execution. So you need to add here test cases. Let's add our test cases. So how we can add it? Either you can click here or you can click at that particular point, right? Currently, I'm going to select everything and let me add directly all 5 test cases for the execution. So let me add all 5 and see, you guys are able to see here all 5 test cases. Correct? Now one more thing. If I go back to the test cases, yeah, let me save my cycle first. Okay, just have a look. If I go back to the test cases, let me go back to the test cases. Okay, this is regression cycle. Let me go back to squad. And if I go back to the test cases, for I think 2 test cases, that particular user is defined. Let me define here owner, guys. Okay, so I'm currently selecting my name and let me save it. So the test cases which I have prepared to the Excel, right? I need to update over there owner name. Who prepared that test cases? Currently, I'm selecting my name so that you will understand properly the execution process too. So let me first update a name and save it. Done. Now I will go back to squad again. Let me go back to cycle again, which we have already saved. Let's open it. And see, I have just added 5 test cases here, right? So currently, let's go back to the test cycle, regression cycle, and why it is showing me only one. Now it is just showing me, okay, show only assigned to me. No, I want all. Okay, now you can see. So currently, cycles are there. Okay, cycle is actually available. But if you observe, now because of my save process, okay, if I can show you that particular player, let me check whether we can see that all option because there was assignee environment, all the options was available. Correct. But I think I'm not able to edit that or let me just do edit. If I select, if I select, let me edit. Here you can see. So currently this is a cycle name. Okay, this was our step, right? Previously. Now I have directly, prepared this cycle, but let me assign the cycle. Currently it is unassigned, right? But I will be assigning to me only. And this is option which I'm not getting. Let me select here my name. Yes. Now you can see if it is not coming directly, not just write first letter of your name and let me assign. So same test cases which I have prepared, and who is going to executing it? So tester name, that assignee you are able to assign here. Do remember, if you really want to attach any environment detail and all, that also you can attach, right? That also you can attach, right? So even you can see traceability is there, attachment is there, comments, history, that options again common. But this is the main part. Cycle I have created and I have assigned to the particular tester. And now let me save. Once it is saved, now here we can start our execution. So what I can do, I can just go to the test player, and now you can see these are the test cases which you need to test one by one. And even the best part in Jira is what whenever you complete your execution, at that time, automatically it will calculate the time. When you start execution, it will automatically calculate the time. So let's start it. If I started to play, so you have to complete this execution. Okay, to read each and every statement and then complete it. So example, see if I can start with test case number one. What I'll do, I'll just click on this play button. Now it is in the progress, right? So quickly complete this. Let's see. Environment currently, these are the details. Objective is what? To validate Swag Lab login functionality. And this is the prerequisite. So we can open browser, even homepage of the application must be open. So first of all, let me open our application. If I can go back, this is our application. Okay. And then we are going to write which data? See, we need to write this standard user data. Correct now? So I will be entering standard user. I will be writing here that particular password, and you need to read step and you need to complete that. So here, if I can scroll down, you can see enter username. This is the username. And after that, it is written that expected it should be display. And currently you can see it is display, right? So you can update it here. So I will write actual result, username display, right? And let me just complete this step. So this is pass. What about your second step? Password is also displayed in encrypted format. Yes. Password display as per expectation. Let me write in this way. Okay. Or as per expected. Let me make it pass. Third step, click on login button. So once we click on login button, we are trying to enter. And yes, user is able to log in. And see, user is navigating to inventory. So let me write user is login. Okay. And navigated. Let me write navigated to inventory page. Correct. This is how I can make it pass. So guys, my complete test case execution is done. Now I can complete this process. So by default, you can see timer got stopped, right? Because we have completed this whole test cases. So is this point clear? How you are able to start execution inside a Jira? Yes? Yeah. Everybody reply. It is clear. This is how the process goes on, right? Now my first test case is completed. Now I will come back to the second test case. Again, the same process. You need to observe each and every test case and you need to complete it. So I'll do one thing. First, I will complete my login test case. See, there is a second test case available for login. First of all, let me start. What is a precondition you can observe? Browser must be open and data must be available. First of all, I'll come back to the home page. So let me do logout. Yes. What the steps I have written? Scroll down and see the step. Open application. Application should be open. Yes, that's again true. So let me write application is open, right? Let me make it pass. The first step is completed. Now what is the second step? Enter invalid username, and suppose this is the admin and name should be visible. So let me do the same thing. Okay, I'm writing here admin, and yes, that is displayed, that is visible. So let me write name is name is display. Okay, and let me make it pass again because this step is also working as per the expectation. Enter valid password and password should be displayed in a encrypted format. So this is our password. Correct. Let me write it here. And yes, it is displayed in the encrypted format. So let me write password display as per expected. Right? Done. Expected. And let me save it. Again, let me make it pass. And third step, click on login button. User should not be able to log in and system should display this message. So let's test the same. If I just come to this login, I'm able to see username password do not match in any user in this service and I'm getting the same message. So I'm writing here same as expected, or you can write a full description. That's okay. And currently my second test case also got pass. Everybody clear? See, automatic time get calculated again. So let's continue our execution with other step. Suppose now if I go back to the inventory, right? What the step I have written for inventory, we are testing menu, all item. Okay, before that, somewhere I have written, here I have written menu. Let's test functionality of a menu first. So very first, what we need to do? Precondition is user must be logged in. So I have to come back and I have to follow here standard user. So at this moment, let me write standard user. Let me click on login. I'm on the same page. Now let's start execution again. So precondition satisfy. Now we have to click on only menu and then slide bar should open with this four option. Let's test it. Click on menu and here the slide bar open with the four option. So it is pass. So let me write, okay. On clicking, slide bar, okay, opens with all expected, options. That's it. Very simple step, right? And let me make it pass. So currently my test case got pass and see execution completed, automatic timer gets stopped. Very interesting. Now let's go back to other test cases too. So this is all about all item. I will start execution again. See, validate functionality of all item. User must be logged into application, which is done. Now we have to do what? The first step, the open inventory page, and which is already open. Inventory page should be open. So let me write same as expected. Okay. And let me click this test case as a pass. Click on menu, which is already done. So yes, let me write same as expected. And then I will again click on yes. Next step, click on all item. And then all items should be reloaded into the page. And this is actually not happening, right? When you click on all item, nothing is happening because this link is not working or you are not able to see that pages and it is loading all the options inside a page. So let me write all item link or that option is not working. Okay. And at this moment, expected actual didn't match, right? So guys, whenever your expected actual is not matching, you can directly make it fail. So I will say my third step got fail and the complete test case status will be fail in that case. Do remember, here you are able to see the status. Now the complete test case got fail even if one step got fail. So we found a defect basically. And now what I can do if you really want to add this defect at the same time, okay, whatever defect it is, guys, you can add that defect too. How we can add it? Because this is a phase where we can perform execution plus bug reporting. So what I can do, I can directly click on create, guys. Just click on create. I found a defect into inventory, right? I will make that issue type. Yes, that is a bug. You can see bug is a issue type. Then you can write here the summary as it found, right? So you can write here summary. So I will be writing all item link is not working or that option, right? It is not working. You can select the parent. So which issue, under which issue we found this? So yes, my parent is currently Epic 1, right? Okay, no component, but I can add here description. So this is nothing but you are maintaining your defect report, whatever we have studied in Excel. Same report you are maintaining inside a JIRA. So here we need to write a detailed description. So I will be writing expected it was, expected it is. Okay. Let me write. When user click on all item link, it should reload all the products into page, right? But in actual application, user is not able to click. Okay. So I will say all items option is not working. Okay. Then we need to add some more description like steps to follow. With which step you are able to again get all or entire defect that developer can reopen or developer can check, right? So in that case, we need to add a step. Let me add a step. What is the step? Click on menu. Second step we did, that is click on, let me add, click on all items. That's it. These are the two steps. So these information you need to write as a description, detailed description about your defect. Then guys, you can see reported by whom, automatically name is coming, right? I will define priority, and yes, it is a high priority. Functionality need to be worked and it is not working, correct? Then label, I will be selecting manual testing. Timing, I will be not selecting. We can select, we can define here environment. So I found this defect on Windows 11 platform. So I'm writing the same. Okay. If you really want to attach the screenshot and all that we can attach here. Okay. Then you can see some other detail, due date and all. This is, we are not selecting again. So currently suppose it is immediate fix, right? Automatically as per the estimation, you are able to see that due date and all. Now we can do one thing. I can assign this defect to me. If you really want to link that issue, then we can select that issue. This defect is related to which feature? See, it is related to inventory. That's it. And then I will just say create. So guys, I have added one issue and the issue get added into the backlog. Do remember that. Okay. Now let me complete execution for last one test case also. Let's complete the logout, and you are already aware that when we just complete this step, like open inventory page and click on, okay, menu, and then we have to click on logout. So all three steps are working. So for now, I will directly update a status. It is also working. It is also working, and logout also working. That you can see here. Just click on logout, and yes, user is successfully able to log out. So this is the way I have completed the whole execution. So currently execution is done, right? Now you can go to the squad, and here you can check that all the test cases completed and we found one defect. But guys, now currently sprint is active. Let's say your sprint is active. So this defect we need to fix within a same cycle. Are you getting my point? In a same sprint, we need to fix this problem. So if I can go back to backlog, just have a look. Inside a backlog, now you found this new defect, right? We have added it. So we need to fix it within a same sprint. So again, that product owner or that particular scrum master, again attach that defect into same sprint. How it is? Just drag and drop. And see, it will ask you, do you want to add? Yes, I want to add into active sprint. Now just focus in active sprint. Already we have completed the execution. So you can complete the first issue. See, there were two open issues now for now. But once I added defect also, here you can see defect got added. See, all item link is not working. So who is responsible to fix it? Again, for a complete defect, developer and tester both are responsible now to complete the life cycle. But before that, we have completed these two issues, right? Currently in login, there is no defect. So I can say, okay, fine, I have completed the full login process. My execution is already completed. See, it is automatically asking you, do you want to update your parent issue too? So yes, for login feature, development testing, everything is completed. So we can update. Just click on update, this issue get closed. Now you can see your parent issue also get closed here. Correct? Because we have completed the full task. Now guys, let me come back here. Currently I'm in the execution, but we found a defect. So very first we have to complete this entire defect, guys. So currently this is the defect. Immediately once the developer will get this defect, developer need to open it and developer will start assigning the task. So guys, now tell me what is the defect life cycle. Currently, suppose I am the working as a developer. Absolutely. What is my role? Validate whether really it is a defect and then I can start fixing it. So here you need to understand the process. So I'm going to create subtasks as per the defect life cycle. Do you remember in manual testing theory we have covered defect life cycle? Can you guys tell me whenever first time you found a defect, what is the status? It is always new, right? Whenever first time you found any defect. After new, it is assign. Assign, I mean it is open. Open, after open, you'll be having what? Developer get validate. And then you'll be having that next status that is called assign. After assigning, developer will fix it. Means whatever we have seen in the theory, now it is time to again discuss the same. So let me show you the defect life cycle one more time so that you can relate. So once you found the defect, in manual testing, you can log it. And after that, the life cycle gets started, right? This is our life cycle. And what is happening in the life cycle? Just have a look. Currently, current status is new, right? After that, it get opened by the higher authority. Now the review happened by the developer. If it is really reported by some other tester, developer make it duplicate and they will close the cycle. If really it is not a defect, they will again close the cycle. If defect is a valid, but it is a part of a next release, in that case, they will make it deferred. Guys, if defect is a valid and it is needed to the fix in the same cycle, then it will assign to the developer. Then developer will fix it. After that, developer will do. So basically, after fixing, as a tester, we can do retesting. Is it really confirmed? You need to confirm that is it really defect get fixed by the developer team or not. And then we can close the cycle if it is really fixed. But if it is not fixed, we need to reject it again. So this cycle started in JIRA whenever you simple start with this process. Okay. So whenever any defect get assigned to any developer, developer will start writing their subtask and according to their subtask, developer complete the process. So here now let me show you first a subtask. Okay, I will add a subtask, not commit. So let me just create a subtask and I will add it here separately. So let's say very first developer validate defect. Okay, that's the first step. So let me create. After that, developer assign to, okay, developer, specific developer, or currently let's say this is assigned to you only. So I will just skip this part. Developer fix the defect. So let me write a direct step, fix the defect. Okay, it is already assigned to you because done. After fixing the defect, now it is a role of tester. So I will be writing QA role. Okay, QA can do what? Here, test, or I will say retest the same defect. And if it is really fixed, close it. So QA will do what? Okay. After successful retest, QA will close the cycle. That's it. Okay. Let me create. So I have added only 4 steps. Now let me close it and just have a look. Now entire 4 step you are able to observe here. So as soon as developer tester, they will assign their work. Okay. Immediately they are able to observe it inside a active sprint. Now let's start completion of the work. Consider. Now developer is starting with the validation step. Whenever developer confirm that yes, defect is a valid one, developer close that particular issue. Then developer start working on that defect and developer fix it. After, absolutely, here I'm showing you only drag and drop. But in real time, it will take some time, right? It will take some time to complete the process. Maybe 1 day, 2 day, whatever the time period it is. Once that defect get fixed, developer we will update to you. Okay, that defect is fixed. After that, you need to start your work. So suppose you are under same process retesting. Now you are checking that, okay, fine, is your defect is properly fixed by the developer team? If it is really fixed, then you can close the cycle. So let me close it. Retesting is done. Let's say the life cycle also get closed. Automatically you are getting, yes, you want to complete your parent issue too, right? So yes, I want to update this, that this issue is also completed. And then guys, I can complete my last step, the execution and bug reporting for inventory, which is also completed, right? Generally, I'm getting something. We failed to reorder the issue. Your admin has restricted how you can move it. Try moving the issue again and again and move it in different drop zone. Okay, no issues. Let me first complete this. Done. And let me update. So currently you can see all the open issues got completed. Now we can close this whole life cycle. Okay. So how we can close it? I mean, I can update that. Okay, sprint is completed. So let me just complete a sprint and all three active issues got completed. You can see sprint is completed. And now automatically the backlog is empty, sprint is empty, right? Which we have completed successfully. So there you can simple in Agile, you can check. I mean, inside a JIRA, you can check certain reports, right? So now you can see my complete process is done. Then I can check for the reports and see these are the reports by default you are having inside a JIRA. So you can see Agile reports are there. Yes, I hope you are able to hear me, right? See, these are the Agile report. Burn down chart, burn up chart. So currently burn down chart, if you observe, all the issues we have already completed, right? So currently I'm getting this way. Okay. It is already coming in this way that this is how issue we have completed and sprint ended by whom. Everything you are able to observe here. There is no remaining task available. So I'm not able to show you the burn up. Sprint report, which is already done as per your work, whatever you have done so far, everything you can observe here. Okay. So basically, these are the default reporting strategies available inside a JIRA. And this is how we work in the real time too. There are many other steps, many other, flow and the plugins are available. But still, at this level, you need to understand what JIRA it is, how we can prepare a backlog. I mean, it's a responsibility of a product owner. How the active sprint window will help you to track the whole progress of the project. And then how to use a squad, say Fire Squad plugin to create your test cases and to complete your test case execution process. Even here also, if you go to the reports, see, you are getting some summary report, you are getting some execution report and some result also. So let me click. Let's see what kind of report it is. You are able to see. So it is asking me the name, some detail of the project. So you can see project is swag, it is taking. Currently, execution range, starting date, generate. You can just update starting date and ending date. Let me update for the same. End date also 18, right? And all last test execution, I want all test execution. And if I just click on generate, let's see. Yes, beautiful report is generated. Can you see that? See, detail execution report you are able to observe. So this is how reporting available inside a JIRA. Everybody, I hope you are clear with the topic. Yes, what JIRA it is and how you guys are able to work inside a JIRA. So this is how you need to understand. See, in every real-time industry, like you will be not responsible to do all the steps. So far, I have covered everything with all the user, or like how the different team member works together. Correct now? But in real time, you are working as a tester only. So whatever responsibilities are available for the tester, in that way only you'll be working. Is this point clear? Yes. How Jira it is and how we can simple perform our task inside a Jira. So this is how you guys are able to perform your task inside a Jira. And here we have completed this practical part. Now, guys, I will be sharing the recording. Even yesterday's recording, hardly, I guess it was for 30 minutes, right? And then today's recording also, where you can simple practice. All these things you can practice. Check some other options too. What is available inside a Jira? Yeah, is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Yes, yes. Great. So now, guys, let me log out because this is how the works. We simply perform our work inside a Jira. Done. So far we have completed our manual testing steps. We have completed these important topics like different types under manual testing, methods under manual testing, right? Verification, validation, development cycle, testing cycle, defect management, all these important module along with the practical, JMeter and even this JIRA practical, even TestRail practical, we have completed successfully. Now, remaining two modules, okay? Till tomorrow, we are able to cover this entire topic. And then we are going to start, from weekend, automation testing. As I already mentioned, you'll be having automation testing classes on a weekends. What I can do for your batch, okay? If you really want to revise the concept, whatever you have learned on the weekend, then we can arrange one session in the weekdays too. Okay, if you are expecting that thing, I will be arranging session in the weekdays too, so that in weekdays we are just going to discuss doubt. If you really have any doubt to be discussed, those doubts I will be taking on the weekdays. Okay, so that I can take, but the timing again I will update. Okay, Gitanjali, Pavan, timing I will update you, like when I'm going to start that particular, okay, at what time we are going to have that particular session. But yes, one day we can take a doubt session in the weekdays. So you'll be also comfortable in all these particular, topics and yes, in entire concept. So let me continue the theory, remaining two topics from manual testing. So as I mentioned, guys, I will be covering this practical part about manual or about mobile application testing, like how you can test your applications, right? But what is this module and what you need to understand in this module? Let's see that. Mobile application testing means what? See, first of all, there are two things. Whenever we start testing any application, so here mobile application means there are two different important types you need to remember. First is hardware testing. Second is software testing. Hardware testing, it is nothing but device testing, guys. You can test your mobile device. Software testing means you can test mobile application testing. See, mobile application means application which resides inside that device. That is called mobile application. But device testing is completely hardware testing. Correct? So if you really want to test your device, what the feature you are going to test? Can you tell me? सिंपल सी बात है, कोई मोबाइल को अगर आपको टेस्ट करना है तो कौन से फीचर को टेस्ट करोगे? It's very first on off functionality. Correct now? You can test memory, storage for your device. You can test how smoothly you are able to access entire device or their touch. There is particular screen resolution, right? Again, you can test charging point. You can test network connectivity, right? All these are what? Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. That's a device connectivity where we can check the hardware, simply device or entire mobile device, guys. But when we talk about the software testing, any application which reside inside that particular device, that is called mobile application testing. So mobile application testing means testing the mobile application for its functionality, for its performance, for its simple usability. That is called mobile application testing. So here in this module, we need to understand a different types of mobile applications and what kind of different scenarios and types of testing we can conduct while testing any mobile application. So mobile application testing, it is a process by which software application developed for handheld mobile devices is tested for its functionality, usability and consistency. We are able to do it in both way, manual plus automation. As I mentioned, you need to understand both part. What is hardware testing and what is the software testing in terms of mobile. So in terms of mobile, software testing is nothing but you are testing that application. But in terms of mobile, hardware means you are testing complete device. Device for its screen size, resolution, space, processor, memory, camera, radio, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all these basic functionalities, even connectivity of your mobile with the headphone, connectivity of your mobile with the charger point. These are nothing but what? Again, it comes under a hardware test. But guys, you know what? What is the base part? How exactly we can test any mobile application? Basically, every mobile application use on a specific platform. Correct now? So some see there are two very popular platforms available in terms of mobile. Like first one is Android, second one is iOS platform. There are some other platforms also, but most of the time, like most of the users are using Android platform, right? And those are having iPhone and all, those are using simple iOS platform. So application usually design and develop as per the platform. Then that application is called native application. So there are three different types available: native, mobile web, and the hybrid. So what is a native application? Any application which is specifically designed for specific platform, then it is called native application. See, for example, whenever you want to download any application, we use a Play Store. So Play Store is designed developed for Android guys. For iOS application, App Store is developed through which you can design or through which you can download and install applications on iOS platform. So any application which is specifically designed for specific platform, then it comes under native application. What is the second example? I mean second type, it is a mobile web. What is mobile web guys? Mobile web is an application where you can see like any application. See, web application means which requires internet connectivity, and that application simple opens in a browser. That's a basic need. So mobile web also same thing. These applications you can open through the browser and it needs internet connectivity. But only the point is what? Whenever you can open any link within a browser, that is called mobile web application. So see, Facebook, Flipkart, Amazon, by default you are having mobile app too. But if you observe, when you open it, it is opening inside a browser only. So it is called mobile web applications only. And there is a third type. That's all about hybrid. Hybrid application means combination of native plus web. See, somewhere native applications you can download from the Play Store or App Store and you can install it, you can use it on your device. Mobile web means we need a browser, we need an internet connectivity too. And what is a hybrid? It's a combination of both. Means application which gives you feel for both native and the web. And for that reason, let me take a simple example. Like your WhatsApp application, Instagram, all these are what? Hybrid applications only. These applications we can directly install and download from the Play Store. Even to use that application, you need a internet connectivity. So it's a kind of hybrid application. So while testing any mobile application, first of all, these three are common type. We can test native applications. See, somewhere when you purchase a new mobile, by default, there are certain applications available. Example, calendar, clock, Gmail, your mail account and all, right? Browsers. These are again native to that device. So native application related to platform. Mobile web, like a web application only. Browser and internet connectivity. And hybrid means combination of a both. So while testing mobile application, what type of application you are testing, that information is important. And again, For which platform we are testing, that is also important to be covered. So guys, there are variety of platforms available in the market, right? See, native application created for use on a platform like mobile or tablet, specific platform. Mobile web applications are somewhere server-side app to access website on mobile using different browser. Even we can connect the mobile with the network or some wireless connectivity. So these applications require browser and the connectivity, and hybrid is a combination of a both native as well as web. They run on the device offline, online, and again it returns in different technologies. So HTML5, CSS in that mobile application get generally developed if any hybrid type of application is available. Now, guys, what could be the challenges? The biggest challenge, there are different variety of or different range of devices available, different variety of devices available, even different operating systems available. Even let's say we have Android, then there are different versions also available. Let's say Android 8, Android 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, so on. Even different network operators available for every frequent update. How exactly you guys are able to test any mobile application? So if there are variety of devices available, variety of operating systems available, so guys, there are three ways. Generally, we can say there are three ways. You can test application by taking that real device, by taking a help of real device. Means you should have a device with us, right? We should have a device with us. After that, we can install that application onto device and we can test. But every time, what do you think? Device is possible? Every time arrangement of the device, it could be any iPhone or even different variety of devices. It is possible to arrange in the real time. Guys, in real time also, it is not possible to test the application on every device. Okay, with the help of real device, I can say. Like, let's talk about application is designed for the iPhone. But the latest version of iPhone, suppose iPhone 15, then I want to test that application on iPhone 15. That means as an organization, we need to purchase that iPhone first. And then we are going to test that application on that iPhone. So it is not feasible way. And that's the reason, we use here virtualization. Let me tell you, if you have Android application to be test, then we generally follow emulator. Okay. What is emulator? It is just a virtual device. There are different emulators available in the market. Some are free, some are completely, we can say, like license based. So as per your requirement, you can use that emulator. Okay, as per the organizational need, they can follow the emulator and we can test application directly on the emulator. So emulator is a virtual device. Okay, this you will be learning practically because I'm going to cover APM session for you, right? If you remember, in APM, I will be showing you entire APM setup, emulator, everything where you can test your application through automation. But currently we are understanding manual testing part. So understand the topic that every time we cannot test application on a real device, so we have some virtual devices available with us. For Android platform, we use emulator. For iOS platform, we always follow simulator. So if anybody asks you what is simulator, these are the virtual devices which give you same replica of a original device or your real device. Okay. So with the help of emulator, simulator, you can continue testing process. And yes, this is how you can overcome the challenges that we might face with the real application or real device. So simulator emulator will help you to test your application on different type of devices, even different range of devices to model number and something, different size of devices, even different operating systems you are able to achieve with the help of this particular real devices. So basically, in APM session, we are going to discuss about Android Studio. If you really want to check that how the emulator it is, let me show you. So I will be taking Android Studio, and in Android Studio, we can create our device, whatever device you want. So I have created already few devices. At the time of practical, I will again cover this point. I'll explain you, right, how to use emulators and all. But just have a look. Just for a demo purpose, let me show you. So whatever device you want, now you can create here. I have already created few devices. So let me show you direct. See, I have created these devices here. Okay, which is available for Android. You can see 11 version. Can you see that? Android 11 version is available here. If I can show you any device, when you start it, it will simply open here. And this is your emulator. See, connecting to emulator, and see, this is your mobile. It is same. Whatever action we are doing on the mobile, right? Same step, same action you can do. See, I can just scroll up, right? See, swiping. Okay, if you want to do anything, if you really want to open any application, we can open like this. So here we are using emulator for a testing purpose. Are you getting my point, everybody? This is your emulator. So in practical, we are going to learn this. APM session I will be covering, but for APM also you need to understand scripting, because APM is a mobile application testing tool. So we are going to launch our application in this emulator, and then we are going to test it. Point is clear? Now let me stop it. Done, and let me close. Okay. So basically these are the challenges, because we have different platform and different devices too. So what type of testing you generally conduct on mobile application? Guys, already we have seen it in the theory. It is just type of revision. So yes, we can do functional testing. We can do performance testing. We can calculate, measure performance of that application too. Security testing, usability, that's the main part. How easily you are able to use and access your application on the device, that we can test. User interface testing, correct? Compatibility, yes, because we are going to test with different ranges of the mobile, or versions of the platform, Android platform or somewhere iOS platform. So compatibility testing is very much important. Configuration, application design for a specific platform, and if you're testing it, that's called configuration testing. Even installation testing is important during mobile application, because you are going to install it through the Play Store. Applications you are going to install through the mobile Play Store, mobile App Store. So these testing types usually we conduct on mobile application. So guys, strategy. What mobile application strategy we follow? Very first, we need to choose device. So analyze the market and choose the device that are widely used whenever you are working with real device. What is the second way? Either you can follow emulator or simulator. So the use these extremely useful, because at the initial stage of development, as they allow quick and efficient checking of the application. So what is emulator? It is a system that runs software from one environment to another environment without changing the software itself. Means it will simple give you the replica of a real device. So it duplicate the feature and work on the real system. Very simple. And you know what? Testing your mobile application with a real device and testing your mobile application with emulator simulator always give you 100% true result. And that's the reason it doesn't matter ki like you are using real application or real device, or you are using any virtual device for a testing purpose. So in mobile application, it is very common. Again, guys, what type of, let's see, different types of emulator. So device emulators are also there. Browser emulators are also there. Operating system emulators are also there. And see some examples like Microsoft Windows phones available in terms of operating system. Okay, Google provides and Google for Android phone. Correct now? Even examples of emulators are given here. iPhone tester, mobile phone emulator, MobiReady, even Android Studio, where you can create your own emulator, whatever emulator you need. These are the examples of different emulator. So in the current market, there are different emulator types of emulator available. Usually, we can use that emulator for a testing purpose. It's kind of virtual environment. Again, guys, what are the different test scenario that we can conduct on mobile application? You can test battery usage. So again, performance with respect to battery, we can say. Speed of the application again. How smoothly you are able to perform scroll, swipe, this kind of basic functionality. Some gesture, right? Somewhere you are doing click, somewhere you are doing tap, 2-time tap, 3-time tap, right? So that you can test. Some kind of data requirement, it is important to test. So like if you have a plan, let's say like for 3G, 4G, whatever it is, right? That plan also you can test. That data requirement also you can test. Some kind of memory requirement, again to download, install and run the application, it is important to be test. And the most important functionality of the mobile application. So application can be of any type or any domain, e-commerce, some banking site, anything. But it should you should able to test it with respect to its functionality. Some kind of social media also it might be there, right? So it is important to test. And these are the common scenario that we follow on mobile application test. So here I have just added one test case, I mean case study for you. Take any mobile application like WhatsApp, Instagram, any, and start preparing your test cases. So that is your homework, we can say. You need to complete these case studies. You need to start writing, understanding, okay, how we can prepare test cases. And one by one, prepare your complete your project also, complete your test case writing process also. So these are just assignments for this particular module. These modules are very simple for discussion because it is completely based on the theory, guys. Okay. And whatever so far you have completed, based on that only, you need to understand this module. So tomorrow we have a last session for manual testing, where we are going to understand what is web application, what is web application testing, and different types of tool. I will be explaining to you. And then we'll be having session for automation. So be ready for automation. Kindly complete your manual testing work and let me know. Like if you're ready for a mock interviews also, I will be scheduling mock interviews for your preparation. Correct? So those are for manual plus automation. Kindly complete your work. Yes. Tomorrow will be the last session. Okay, for manual testing. Done. Okay, any doubts so far? Today we have completed JIRA part and today we have completed our all the basic theoretical concept. Tomorrow we are going to end with this particular topic, web application testing and types of tool. And then we'll be starting with main journey, that's automation test. Okay. Fine, I will be sharing all this document like JIRA document, even this CSV file test case format. Kindly update it as per your need and you can use the same. Okay, great. So let's stop the session. Bye bye everyone. Take care. Tomorrow again, same time. Connect with the topic. Yes. Bye everyone. Take care. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Good.